Okay. Well, that is one of the other things, is that a while back had this discussion with my sister. And she had said she wished she had had the opportunity to go to a baseball game with our father, which the boys got to do, the girls didn't.
Oh, yeah, and there's nothing better than to take something that you can't do anything about and focus on it with the singular purpose of feeling bad.
So what I did there was I said, well, he had transitioned years ago, and at the time I had this wonderful thought of sharing a lot of his baseball memorabilia with her, that I would share some of that with her. And I wrote her a note telling her that I could feel our father with me as I was preparing this and sending it off to her. And then I hear a conversation about after Jerry had transitioned, how Esther had these thoughts and said, where did that come from? And that it was Jerry actually sharing his thoughts.
Yeah, so,
and that's when I came to the realization that was my father sharing his thoughts with me. And
another thing that's really nice to realize, this is important. When those thoughts come to you, it's not only because someone is thinking them and you're picking up on them. That's for sure happening. But the timing of it is really, really important, because he's presenting that thought to you in a precise moment that he knows that if you take action right then and there, in other words, if in that moment that's when you make the call, you're going to rendezvous with this other person when she's in a vibrational place that she's going to be receptive to it. You see what we're getting at? If you get the impulse and you say, oh yeah, I need to do that, and you make a note of it, assistant, please at some point or later when I have time. Sometimes, even though you received the inspiration and it was really on point and exactly the perfect thing, if you put off the response to it, you might not get the result from the other person, because they're usually not stable in their vibration like you are. Okay. This is important. Did you hear it? Timing is everything. Timing is everything, because everything is happening now. So when you get an inspiration about something to do with someone else, the inspiration that you're getting is happening now, which means now is the window, now. Not tomorrow when you have more time, not after you get that other long list of things done, now. The window in which you receive the inspiration is the window in which the best application of the action is. That's good to know, isn't it?
Very good to know.
So as you follow through on those impulses, when you get an impulse to call someone or text someone or contact someone, do it then, not later. That's the window. But if you don't do it then, because you've got other things that are going on, other things that make you believe that now isn't the time that you can do it, sometimes then when you follow through, you don't get the results that you hoped for, and then you don't trust your own guidance. Then you think, oh, well, I'm sure my inner being told me to do that, and that didn't turn out well. And we say, yeah, your inner being encouraged you to do it now, not later. Today, when she's in a good mood, not tomorrow when she's in a bad mood. Yeah.
Okay. And in relation to that, we spoke once before about wanting to be more open to the non-physical and source and all the infinite intelligence.
But think about the conversations that we've just been having. That's what that all is, being open to it. So now don't turn it into a lackful thing by wanting more of it than you're getting.
Okay, where I was going is that I wanted to say, this is more about my relationship with myself.
Always.
Always.
Everything is. Everything is only about that. Even if you're looking for love in all the wrong places and looking for somebody else to validate you, it's still about that. It's always about your relationship between you and you. Sometimes your inner being knows that you're likely to get what you want by visiting with this person. Your inner being isn't saying, go to a hole in the mountain and sit there and wait for instructions. That's not what your inner being is saying. In other words, you receive all kinds of inspiration. And when you think about it, how nice is it that all of you are connected to all kinds of source energy, all who have the big picture in mind. And as more and more of you are following your natural impulses, isn't it logical that more and more of you are going to have more delightful and glorious co-creative experiences? When we say we're all in this together, we're not kidding at all, you see. So your singular work is to make as certain as you can in any moment in time that you're all right. That you're all right. However, you have to work it around in your mind to make yourself all right. Then the ideas start flowing and the fun starts happening. Because the expansion is inevitable. You are expanding so rapidly you don't even know it. You're missing out on so much of the fun of your own expansion. But when you're conscious, cognitive, aware in every moment that it's all right, that it's all right, now the richness of the ideas, the tapestry of the world, the comments of the people, the beautiful aspects of so much that is around you, you're realizing. We think it's really nice when you want to feel good, and so you plan for something like this voyage, and you make sure that you're here, and you do your best not to miss the boat, and you expect more than you usually do, maybe, that the components of this time together will give you more satisfaction. It's the whole reason that you come. You're looking for more fun and more clarity and more satisfaction. But we want you to feel that way on the brink of every moment, not just on the brink of a voyage, on the brink of every conversation, not just on the brink of a conversation with those that you've carefully gathered around because you're controlling the conditions and you know it's most likely to feel good under these conditions. When you know for sure that it's all right, that you are surrounded by intentionality and intelligence and clarity and unconditional love, then being brave isn't a factor because there's nothing to be afraid of. And being smart isn't a factor because you have access to infinite intelligence. And being at the right place at the right time doesn't matter because you always are at the right place at the right time. Then you begin living as you were born to live. And when you look at the little ones, that's still where they are. A lot of them are still there. Don't try to teach them otherwise. Let them show you how good it feels to know your worthiness, your it's all rightness. Yeah. Enough?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah.